Boys, welcome back to another video. We're doing another Final Fantasy video because I hit an important milestone and I felt like it brought up the very much need for this topic. This topic is very relevant now that I'm at this point. I have now officially finished Heaven's Ward. I am in, as you can see, Jirabanya. And Jirabanya is where Stormblood starts. I have officially finished the free trial for Final Fantasy XIV, including The Realm Reborn and Heaven's Ward. I have been not on the free trial since about the beginning because I already made it about halfway through A Realm Reborn and had to redo it when I made a new account, and I just subbed straight through because I had already started to enjoy myself. So I subbed at about the halfway point through A Realm Reborn because I saw already at that point the value and the fun that I was having was undoubtedly worth my sub, and on top of that too, my invest in hope for the future as to what the rest of the game that is already out and I haven't played is going to be as good as it already has been, and that content further down the line released post my sub, post Endwalker and forward will be good and continue to be good because I want to get invested in an MMO again. And I have, let me tell you, this game has consumed my life right now. It's been a welcome thing in my life right now because of the pain on my shoulder. It's been very hard for me to play my main game, which is Valorant, but I love MMOs. I adored WoW. And I'd say 10 or so years I have logged into WoW they've been good. I won't deny that. I've had fun playing WoW, but the bitterness I feel afterward when I realize what the content was that I was playing and now how I've been playing this MMO and I play for 2 months and I'm done the expansions content and I quit. You go in, play for 2 months, 3 months, expansions content's just already fallen flat. I quit. I consider resubbing at the first big patch. Sometimes I do, like I did with this one, and it gets me nothing again, and I'm finished the content in a week, less than a week, and there's nothing to do again, and I just spent a month's worth of money on this, and it starts to get a little ridiculous. So now here in Final Fantasy, I have done all of the content for free. Now let's check /playtime. 9 days. 17 hours and 41 minutes so far as this video recording today on August 23rd, 2021. That means I've been putting in, it has been 9 days since I've created my account. It's been a couple weeks. This is 9 days of spent in game. This game has been genuinely incredible. I've regained my sense of love for community in this game and enjoying all the free content, but the comparison here is what really gets me. First off, cute dragon girl. Pretty good reasoning on its own. I mean, right? Let's just get that off the table. That's the obvious and glaring things. Now, the other thing that I want to bring up is the content of the story. In WoW, I've always loved the lore, but I always had to go externally to get more of it and pay to go externally to get more of it, to get the full picture, which when you look at just what's in the game, the full picture is pretty sour. It's just kind of boring and bland. And this game, I have laughed multiple times during the story and the side quests, cried multiple times in the story, and a video game has never, I repeat, never, ever made me cry in my life. This game did. Genuinely. Yeah, sorry. Throat's a little dry. Moisten it with coffee. But seriously, this game, I've spent so much time, and I just finished this content. And this is me experiencing all ends of it. I have been doing, the only thing I haven't touched is Savage Raids, which is where the real crazy, difficult, you need a static group that's trained and ready to go and practice to beat this shit. That's what Savages are, and I have done everything except for that, which is probably the equivalent of a mythic raid. And that's the only thing I haven't even touched yet, and I'm already having a good time, where WoW, that is the only place that the content really, is there for the people. Like, the consistent, updated content is just that for the people. So, not only did they do a lot of things in the most recent expansions that removed a lot of like things like your class identity, like the thematic of your classes more, and taking away like artifact weapons, which really sold that kind of thing, which this game does a lot better. Their story is just so mediocre. And well, mind you, I will say that I will be honest, WoW does have its ups over Final Fantasy, and one of those things be the PvP and the way the combat and WoW's combat system is fluid for PvP is incredible. It's very fun and intense, like the arenas. Arenas are so fun, chef's kiss. But here in Final Fantasy, like the PvP is still fun. I've had fun doing PvP. It's not bad. It needs work, and they've admitted it, and they're working on it. And that shit is good. And the story alone is so good. And the trials that I have done. I'm gonna go through the trials that I have done and show you guys here. I've done the Limitless Blue Extreme, which is this is the stuff for Heaven's Ward. Doc Ass Doc Extreme, and these are just. These fights are crazy. They're just balls to the wall, fucking nuts to butts, dude. I want to do the other Containment Bay extremes. I bet they're going to be super fucking fun. I did the base level ones, and even just the base level ones of these containment things, which are considered normal raids, I guess, or maybe even Group Finder. Probably Group Finder. It's like somewhere in between Group Finder because it still has mechanics. You know what I mean? Where like. Group Finder doesn't have... Raid Finder and WoW has no mechanics. This has mechanics. So somewhere in between Raid Finder and full normal content, it's like this middle ground closer to the normal content. That is what the regular queue for the story is so far in this part of Heaven's Ward. And then on top of that too, all of it. The only thing I haven't finished in A Realm Reborn is... the last... Sorry, this is the second coil, Savages. Haven't done those either. I need to do the final coil of Bahamut and fight Bahamut. I have been going through all this. I had to end up getting a friend get me through turn 5 of Binding Coil. He had to help me get through this because I couldn't find a group. We had to find our own group and run it. We had to get him to fucking boost us through it just so we could finish the story. Just to get through, and we still haven't even finished it. He's the only reason we could even beat this one was because it's people don't run it very much anymore, which is very unfortunate to me. Kind of found that out the hard way that nobody wants to run this in Duty Finder anymore, which kind of sucks. But if you find a group, if I joined a guild, if I wasn't in just a small guild right now with a couple of people who don't want to run it, I could have in my old guild immediately been like, hey, anyone want to run second coil with me? And boom, I would have had people running final coil and finishing turn 5 fighting Twintania. Whew. That fight already, like I've been through, I know the fight too. That's the unfortunate part. I got to the end of the fight and our team vote abandoned because we had wiped so many times, and I learned the fight doing it that way. It was so much fun, avoiding the dive bombs and stuff like that, and timing the kills of the snakes for the debuffs. Like it's, fuck, like that kind of shit is just mind-bogglingly good. The mechanics, the individual skills that in these raids, in just comparison to WoW, it's just. And it's all free. And I've spent thousands of dollars on my sub over the years and every expansion and shit. I've even bought store mounts because I thought I was supporting them. Like, fuck. There's a couple cool mounts. Cool, yeah. I love supporting developers because I have that mindset. I hate, like, pirating games. Now that I have money and I'm not a poor child, like, I want to support these developers and their art. And I can't support Blizzard anymore, man. I've spent so much time on Overwatch and I'm done with that. I've spent so much time on WoW and I'm done with that, and I can't support them anymore. And Final Fantasy has delivered all of that and more in such a better package for free, dude. And like I could get to this point now, and once I hit the wall when I'm ready to go to Jirabanya and go over the wall, just pay the $17 thing and now you're officially subbed. Unfortunately, you can't go back to the free trial, but you can just get the sub, and that lets you run 1 month back in, same price as WoW, but you're back into a story that's very good. And now if you can, I would recommend you do not buy this game on Steam. Do not do the free trial on Steam. This is very, very important here. Full face, so you know how important this point is that you do not make your trial for this game on Steam, because the game the Square Enix doesn't like that Steam pockets the percentage of profits. So because of that, that's a little bit of a tongue twister. Because of that, they put the game on sale far more often on the Square Enix store itself. So if you're looking to buy the game and you want to get the deal that I got, the super good deal, where like in WoW you still have to buy the expansions, in this game too you still have to buy the expansions, but the expansions, I got $80 worth of expansions, which is the whole pack, which means Heaven's Ward, no, Heaven's Ward is free, so it would be Stormblood and, which are, by the way, much newer than the WoW expansions. Stormblood, it's every 2 years they're doing expansions. So Stormblood is the first one, then after that is Shadowbringers, and now the newest one is Endwalker, and before that is Heaven's Ward. So you get all the content for those for $20, and that's it. And you get a month of sub, which already costs $17. So I was 100% down to pay for that. So if you get it, unfortunately, you cannot merge your accounts. It looks like there's a place to do it. It's like you log into your account with using your Steam email, whatever one you used on your Steam account to make, and you log in and it says the account type is Steam. And then I saw the sale was on the Monk Station and I couldn't buy it on there. Had to restart. That's what caused that. And it's still, barring all that, having to do the first half of A Realm Reborn, the driest half. It's arguably the driest half. I don't agree it's very dry. I think it's very fun still. It's just a nice slow roll introductory to the game. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. Trust me, boys. Give it a shot if you want to. We're here on the Leviathan server in Primal. Add me up. Callie and Morrowind will get you in the guild. You can come join in the fun, and we can play some Final Fantasy together. It's free. I don't know if you can join the guild if you're doing the free trial, but you can add me, and we can run shit together because I can invite people to my group. Even if you can't invite people to your group, you can accept invites. So I will run shit tons of content with anybody who wants to because I'm down to run content. So get in the Discord, drop a comment if you enjoyed the video, and tell me, have you played Final Fantasy? Are you enjoying it? And if you haven't played it, why the fuck not? Tell me, why? I'd like to know. I'd like to argue with you. You know? Tell me. Why? Have a good one, boys.